Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will talk about the class 10th history chapter 2nd Nationalism in India. Okay, so let's start. In this video, we will cover up what is the reason behind the non-cooperation movement. Okay, so let's see. You see in your screen why non-cooperation reason behind non-cooperation movement. Firstly, I tell you what is meaning of non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement means असहयोग आंदोलन. What is जिसमें सहयोग ना हो उसे कहते हैं असहयोग आंदोलन. ओके तो ये हमारा हो गया असहयोग आंदोलन. नॉन कॉपरेशन मीन्स कॉपरेट करना यानी कॉपरेट नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट यानी कॉपरेट नहीं करना. ओके so let's see what is given in this. It is very important, and in front of your screen it give also a note. Okay, you write in your copy and learn it. It is very important for the examination level because this question was very common question what asking from examination board. Okay, so let's see. Non-cooperation movement launched by the Gandhiji due to following reasons. This is very simple. What is non-cooperation was launched by the Gandhi. In the short, I will tell you. You see in your screen and match in my with my words and the written in your screen sentences. Okay. So let's see. Mahatma Gandhi was written a book, famous book named Hind Swaraj in 1909. Okay, he declared in that book, he declared that British rule was established in India because Indians were cooperated. Okay, when Indians not cooperate, not adjust with the Britishers, so Britishers were not had not rule upon her, upon them, upon them. Okay, so main thing he tell that point. Okay, you will learn this point. It is very important because Mahatma Gandhi what is said in our famous book Hind Swaraj. Okay, one thing you learn that Mahatma Gandhi's book name was Hind Swaraj in 1909. Okay, if Indian refused to, that thing was tell Indian refused to cooperate, British rule India could not survive, could not collapse within a year. Okay, so let's see. Gandhiji decide when the Britishers were survived in our India, okay, in our area. So they play a role. They play a law named Royal Tag. Mahatma Gandhi was not accepting this act. He was against this act. Then he launched a movement that's name is Satyagraha. Okay, I tell you in the previous videos what is meaning of Satyagraha. Satyagraha means a truth. He tell a truth. He wants in humanity a truth language. Means वो चाहते थे कि एक सच्चाई हो इंसानों में. ठीक है, इसलिए उन्होंने सत्याग्रह का किया था. Satyagraha, he wanted to launch for that purpose Satyagraha because without fighting, without trial, he could win. He was win on that act. Okay, on that movement, anything up which our Britishers was passed any law. Okay. One more thing Gandhiji was against, that is Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Because we in the previous video I had explained you what is Jallianwala Bagh massacre and what was happened it. Okay, he was also against Jallianwala Bagh massacres. When he was going to one more movement launching, that movement name was Khalifat Andolan. Then when he wanted through the Khalifat movement to collapse, to combining to combining Hindus and Muslim closer. Okay, from the INC session which are which are stated, which was taken up in Calcutta and Nagpur. Then their leaders to start non-cooperation movement. Their leaders will also be there also be agreement giving agreement giving support Mahatma Gandhi towards that movement. That name is non-cooperation movement. Okay, this is reasons behind the non-cooperation movement. Okay, next see stages of non-cooperation movement. What was stage taken in non-cooperation movement? In from the Gandhi's side, there are three stages was taken up. First stage is that surrender of title that the government awarded, means the government awarded different persons to different titles. Means Mahatma Gandhi was given different name for from the government side, and another people's was given another name from the government side. These all he wanted to tell that these all titles was surrender to the government. Okay, this is the first stage. In the second stage, he wanted boycotted of foreign foreign materials, foreign textiles, foreign procedures, all things. Okay, he boycotted of civil service, army, police, courts, legislative, council, schools, and foreign goods. Means any foreign things, that are schools, that are colleges, that are councils, all the things was boycotted. He wanted this in the second stage. In the third stage, he want he want a full civil disobedience campaign. It means he want a full civilian. They give the government was repression. They tell in the third stage. Okay, these three stages were completed in that stage of non-cooperation movement, which are launched by the Gandhiji. Okay, so let's see next. The next topic is economic impact of non-cooperation movement. What was the impact of non-cooperation movement from the economic side? Okay, first impact was that shop was picketed, means shop was be stopped. Next is foreign goods was boycotted. I tell you in the stages. In the second stage, he was tell. Okay, third was production of Indian textile mills and handlooms went up. He wanted only Indians things was went up, was grown up, not the foreign things was grown, not the foreign things was went up. Okay, because he was against them. Okay, in the fourth what was the fourth economic impact? Fourth was the import of foreign cloth. In the 1921, between the 1921 and 1922, the foreign clothes, foreign things were becoming more decreasement. Means it's what was the prices was more decreasement, means 102 crore rupees 102 crore rupees from to rupees 57 crore. This decreasement was more between these 2 years. Okay, from the foreign clothes sites. Okay, so this was the economic impact of the non-cooperation movement, which was wanted Gandhiji. Okay, so let's see next. We know that in our social life there are many peoples and their thinking was so many different. Okay, all peoples have different thinking. Okay, in this type there are many in our India, in our country, in India there are many towns, many cities, many peasants. They have many differences. Okay, their thinking was more different according to their lifestyle. Okay, so all their peoples was taking non-cooperation movement differently. So let's see first what was from the town side, what which type they take over this movement, which is non-cooperation movement. Okay, so let's see. First is the movement is started with middle class participants in the city. Means in the cities which are not able to giving anything, means not participate in anything. Middle classes, which people middle class, they will also be participate in that movement. Thousands of students left from government side and school, means government was taking, which is government, britishers rule from the government side. Okay, so they were left from students was leaving from schools and colleges. They were very from towards the government. There are many harming of britishers. Okay, this is second. And third, when the children was removed, then the headmasters and teachers also be resigned from the schools and colleges. Lawyers, there are one thing, that is lawyer, the legal practice. Okay, they are up there legal practice. Fourth is the council election was also be boycotted. Okay, the council election was also be boycotted. Council election was boycotted except the Madras. Means in India, every state, every cities, they were boycotted the council election. But in the Madras, there was not effect of the non-cooperation movement. We think about, okay, because they were not um, boycott from the council election. So this was the town's thinking upon the non-cooperation movement. Let's go and see what was slowing down in towns. Okay, what was slowing down in time, means what was harming in towns. Okay, when the lawyers, when the teachers and headmasters, children was leaving from schools and colleges, what was the slowing down, what was decreasing from this movement? First, the peasant in the cities gradually slowed down. Okay, the movement in the cities was slowed down for variety reason. For from three from few reasons they were slowed down. First reason is khadi clothes. From the khadi clothes, because khadi clothes was more expensive. Okay, khadi clothes was more expensive because khadi clothes was made in India. They were made from by the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, from the charkha, in the Hindi word charkha. Okay, so khadi clothes were more expensive and poor people could not afford it, therefore could not boycott milk cloth. Um in the stages they would tell the meals was also be boycotted, but for the poor people it was very afford. Okay, because khadi clothes was more expensive, poor people does not have many rupees, many salary, so they could not buy this cloth, so they could not boycott mild cloth. Okay, second is similarly boycotting British institution also posed, British institution also be posed a problem because there were no attractive nation institution to fulfill the educational needs, because only one thing was giving a was giving children to education, that is britishers, because britishers was uh, knew that educational and knew that how to education provide from to the childrens. Okay, and because britishers was talking in English and many things was give up, many things was take over, taking britishers under. Okay, so schools was also be gone up by the britishers, and all the things was growing with the English language. Hindi language was the most down. Or nowadays we saw that English was more high level grown up and Hindi was decreased. Okay, so this was a British institution also posed a problem. Third is, as a result, students and teachers begin trickling back to government school. Lawyers join back work in government. For this trickling, teachers was come up and take the classes and take come up and join um, work in the government courts. Okay, this was slowing down in towns. Okay, these three topics, these 3 points we cover up. Next is, what was the impact by the peasants? Rebellion in the countryside peasant. Okay, from the cities, the non-cooperation movement is spread to the countryside. The non-cooperation movement was spreading more powerfully spread in the countryside. It drew into its fold the struggle of peasants and tribals which were developed in different parts of India in the years after the war. After the war, the peasants and the small peoples which are not able to buying a khadi clothes, which are not able to taking a more salary, which are not take a full salary for fulfill our stomach. Okay, they face many struggles from this movement. Okay, in the Awadh, peasants were led by in the Awadh with peasants Baba Ramchandra. Baba Ramchandra led these peasants. Okay, a sannyasi. Baba Ramchandra, he was a sannyasi in the Awadh. They were like a leader. Okay, in the from the peasant side, who had earlier been to feast as an interrupt laborer. Okay, next is the movement was against talukdars and lordar. This movement was again means non-cooperation movement which was launched by the Mahatma Gandhi. They few people, few caste was against this. That name is talukdars and landlords, because talukdars and landlords, they are not more able to fulfill our needs, so they were against it. Okay, the movement demanded reduction of revenue, abolition of this movement was demanded many salary, many money, and abolition of beggar and social boycotted of abrasive landlord. Many places nai dhobi band were organized by peasants. Okay, in the many places, in that time, many places nai dhobi band was organized by the peasant. This was against non-cooperation movement. Okay, towards the Mahatma Gandhi. This is rebellion in the countryside, means in the India, by the peasants. Next is rebellion in the countryside movement by the peasants. Means, what was the movement by the peasant? The peasant movement, developed in the form Congress leadership was unhappy with. From this movement, they were not happy. Okay, as this movement was spread in 1921, houses of talukdars and merchants were attacked. In bazaars were loaded and grain hordes was taken over. Means in 1921, when this movement was spread, the houses of talukdar and merchants was attacked. Okay, means when the talukdars, they were spending our life in our homes, then the few peoples was attacked him in the 1921, because they launched this movement against the Mahatma Gandhi from they launched non-cooperation movement. Okay, so the bazaars were loaded, means there are many crowds, much crowds. Okay, in many places local leaders told peasants that Gandhiji had declared that no tax were to be paid and land was to be re-registered among the people. Means, in the local leaders, many places has a local leaders. They tell peasant Mahatma Gandhi was declared also that there are no tax from the peasant side. Okay, there were no disturbance from their lands to the poorest people. Okay, from the non-cooperation movement, they also declared that for their fulfill their needs. Next is the name of Mahatma was being invoked to sanction all action and experience. Okay, so this reason Mahatma Gandhi was more invoked and action and experience. Okay, so this topic was also be done. Next, see rebellion in the countryside by tribals. We're talking about the towns. What was the towns impact, what was the peasant impact. In the towns we see there was school and colleges um, was closed, and laws were gave up many things. Okay, then few education was stopped. Then the British because British under education, so people at the last time people was started to joining the government things. Okay, government things means which are ruled by the Britishers. This was take by the towns, take over by the towns. Next, second is peasant. There were talukdars was facing many problems. Okay, okay. So talukdars was facing many problems, but at the last few peoples was told that Mahatma Gandhi also declared for their benefit. Okay, so next is rebellion in the countryside by tribals. That is third topic by the tribals. What was the impact? What was their expression upon this movement which are launched by the Mahatma Gandhi? So see, in the Godam hills of Andhra Pradesh, a guerrilla movement was started by Aluri Sitharma Raju. Aluri Sitharma Raju, this he was a person which are against that movement which are launched by the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, they start a movement which name is Gorilla. Okay, in the Godam hills of Andhra Pradesh. Rules of Aluri Sitaram Raju in the Godam hills of Andhra Pradesh. There are few roles. Okay, few roles of Andhra Pradesh in the Godaram hills. First, Aluri Sitaram Raju claimed that he had a variety of special power, like making astrological prediction, healing people, and surviving bullet shots. In the Aluri Sitaram Raju, he was claimed he was means he was pride upon their powers. Okay, upon their powers. They tell the power of astrological prediction. They tell the power of healing of people. They were hurting of people and surviving bullet shots. They were or also this power they will shoot any people at any time. Okay, they told from her side, from him side. Okay, from him side. Second role he tell the rebels proclaimed him as an incarnation of God. The rebels, the peoples was giving a God place. Okay, Raju was inspired by Gandhiji non-cooperation movement. Raju was fulfill inspired from the Gandhiji. Persuaded people to wear khadi to give up drinking, which they give people to wear khadi and give a drinking water. Okay, from this he giving a God place proclaimed by the rebels. Okay, but one thing was see they were pride upon their power. Okay, special power like astrological prediction, healing people, and surviving bullet shot. Okay, but one thing is that they were inspired by the Gandhiji. One thing is one thing is good and one thing is bad. Okay, persuaded people to wear kande and give up drinking. This was also be completed. Fifth is, but at the same time he asserted that India could be liberated only by the use of force but not non-violence. But at the same time, when the Mahatma Gandhi was giving up non-cooperation movement means Asahयोग Andolan, because they want by the people's side they come up in the truth line and give a power in one hand means Muslim and Hindu will be closer. Okay, he want without fighting they will take a win, they will take a victory. Okay, but the Raju who did not asserted, did not associate expired from this thing. Okay, so they liberated only by the use of force, because they want only use of force. People would taking from the simple talking and giving speaking lovely, they will not understand. Okay, used guerrilla welfare for achieving swaraj. He tell that using guerrilla warfare they achieve a swaraj. Okay, not by the non-cooperation movement, they tell from him side. Okay, so this was complete. Next is rebellion in the countryside by tribals. This is also they believed in force. I told you, Raju was believed in force, not violate the British restriction. Okay, the Guddim rebels attacked police station, attempt to kill British official, and carried on guerrilla warfare for achieving Swaraj. They tell that for achieving Swaraj, we could not run with non-cooperation movement. We wanted to go for attacking police station and killing British officers and shooting him. From this type, we get a Swaraj. Okay, they will tell from him side, because their thinkers was that Raju was captured and executed in 1924 and over time became a folk hero. In from this time, when he gone up for their shooting Britishers, okay, so they were captured in 1924 um, over time and became a folk hero. Okay, tribals fought again the colonial government for preventing people from entering the forest to graze their cattle or to collect full food and fruits there encouraged the hill people. Means tribals was fought by the Britishers. Okay, again from the colonial government, means the from the Britishers for preventing our peoples from entering Britishers in the forest to graze their cattle and to collect full wood and fruits. Okay, when the government began forcing them to contribute beggar for road building, the hill people revolted. Means they want making a road upon the hill station. Okay, so government was forcing, and British was forcing. Okay, but the peoples was not wanted to make up the people. Then the hill people was revolted. Okay, from this time their non-cooperation movement, what was their experience by the different peoples and different castes, we all cover up in this video. And what is the stages, what is the economic impact, all the topics was cover up. In the next video we talk about the plantation. Okay, if you like the video, so please like, subscribe and share to my channel. Bye guys.